Van Richten's Guide to Fiends was released in 1995, written by Tewin Woodruff, with interior art by Stephen Fabian and a cover by Scott Burdick. It is the 7th guide in the series and sticks to the same format of being written in character and with the DM information at the end of each chapter. Fiend will be another term for demon. See, in the early 1980s, Dungeons & Dragons took a lot of flack, and one of the criticisms was that Dungeons & Dragons was satanic. Now, as ridiculous as that seems nowadays, and as ridiculous as it was back then, it was a big deal. So, TSR decided to back away from material that would be considered demonic, and the terms demons and devils was kind of toned down. This was especially true after Gygax's departure and TSR decided to become a more family-friendly company. So the term demons or devils was replaced with fiends. Now the guide does not cover every single type of demon from the abyss or the nine hells or whatever, because there's just too many to do so. But it does try to cover the basics like their strengths and their weaknesses and their known powers and abilities that all demons share and some of their specialized powers, and it goes over what demons want and how they interact with people and those kinds of things. Now, this guide focuses more on what happens when a demon enters Ravenloft. Demons are like everyone else that once they enter, they cannot leave. And this of course infuriates most of them, and especially demons that are summoned, and they will seek out to invoke their fury on those that summon them. Some demons do come to Ravenloft willingly in order to possess the living and sow evil. Once the possession, or transposition as it is called in this guide, is fully complete and the demon has taken over the body, that person's soul is considered to have gone to the outer planes or wherever it will go. Fiends cause reality wrinkles in the land around them that warps it in ways unique to each demon. The longer the demon stays in one place, the worse the warping gets. Demons can also conduct power rituals, which they take strength from the land itself. Depending on which domain they are in, depends on what kind of powers they can get from this. This, however, is a risky proposition for a demon, and smart demons refuse the temptation of doing a power ritual. See, power rituals tie the demon to the land of Ravenloft, and they could eventually end up being a Dark Lord of a domain and making it impossible for them to escape. That's why smart demons will avoid this, because they always believe there's a chance for them to escape Ravenloft. The guide lists 5 known demons in Ravenloft: the Black Dooth, Drygor, Elsipith, Inaraja, I always get his name wrong. Inagira, we'll go with that. I think that's what I went with last time. Who was in from Roots of Evil, of course, and the Whistling Fiend. Now, some of these demons will actually make an appearance in future Ravenloft products. Then, of course, the guide goes over how to hunt and trap demons and possibly kill them. And the appendix gives tips and tricks on how to create and use fiends for a campaign. I recommend Van Richten's Guide to Fiends for the usual reasons. It's good for players and DMs alike, with a wealth of information for each, some great stories, and an entertaining read. If you like demons and find their interactions with the Ravenloft campaign setting interesting, then this guide is for you. The only caveat to this is that Van Richten himself in this book admits that fiends is a subject that he's least experienced on, and he does take a lot of secondhand information, but it is still a very good and informative guide. There are realms and realms incomprehensible to the puny mortals who dwell within this cave that they term the land of the mists. The Madrigorian, Book 1, Chapter 1. Fiends have come forth from the abyss and into Ravenloft. Masters of deception and manipulation, these ancient evil beings stalk the lands, roaming freely in pursuit of their foul ends, and warping the very land around them to suit their needs. Dr. Rudolph van Richten has set himself on their trail and presents here his preliminary findings and theories on these beings from places of unimaginable horror. Dr. van Richten exposes the nature, origin, strengths, and weaknesses of the Fiend and how it reaches the land of the mist. He explores the character of these beings and their connections to the people and the land itself. In the ultimate irony, these awesome creatures are as trapped by the land as any mortal, seduced by prospects of power and glory. Beware the Fiend. For those caught in the web of a fiendish plot, nothing is as it seems. To defeat a fiend, a quick wit and strong heart are more important than a strong arm or flashing blade.